Yo, what is up guys, this is Newbs here, and welcome back to a little bit of a different video today. So today, as some of you, not all of you, may... Shit, where's my team? As some of you may already know, I am in a MBA draft for a Pokemon League, blah, 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 you guys probably already know. And I did actually have my first battle. When was it? It was yesterday. I had my first battle yesterday. Hopefully this is going up the day after. So basically, I'm just going to run through my team, and then I'll upload the replay of the battle later on today, or maybe tomorrow or something. But I'm just going to show you what my sets were for each Pokemon, go through my thoughts on why I made it that like I did, yada yada yada. So the team that I brought was very, very bulky. I would say like most of my mons that I brought either had special defense investments or defense investments or even HP investments. Nothing really had attack investments except for the Lucario I brought. But here's my first set. I did bring Hippowdon with leftovers, Sandstream of course, with Toxic, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Slack Off. This thing was just... Don't really know what this thing was meant to do. Just basically toxic stuff, and then stall. I didn't really use it to stall. Did I even toxic with it? I don't even think I toxicked anything with it, because my opponent did bring a few steel types. So I didn't think I even toxicked with it. I did set up my Stealth Rocks as my Skype wants to go off. But I did set up a few toxic... I did set up Stealth Rocks, I did Earthquake. I didn't think I pressed Slack Off. I might have pressed Slack Off once or twice. But yeah, as you can see there, the EVs are 252 HP, 88 defense, and a 168. Now this was, I'm pretty sure, to live hits from... Who is this to live hits from? I don't even remember, man. My memory is fucking horrible. And I'm just one of those people that's like, yeah, I'll put some in this, some in this. Hopefully I live moves, pretty much. I didn't... Because I'm not really a competitive battler, so I don't really know. But yeah, this is my set. James did help me out a little bit. I suggested most of the stuff, and he just agreed with me. So this is what I came up with for my Hippowdon set. Leftovers just to get that residual. Nothing. The only thing that one hit this Hippowdon was a Seed Flare from Shaman, which I did calc that before the battle, so I never left this thing on a Shaman. And saying that, going back at the replay, I probably did leave it on a Shaman once or twice. But that's my set. Now we're going to go to Regice. You can see here's the stat again. Very, very specially bulky. Getting to 495 special defense, which is insane. But as you can see here, here's the class. He did have Modest. Oh yeah, Hippowdon, what nature? He had Careful Nature. He did have Modest, so he did get a little bit. He's got 100. Oh, actually no, sorry, I was wrong. We did put 252 into special attack, so he did hit like a truck. As you can see there, this thing was just to go out and hopefully destroy things. Now this was my Shaman counter. Every time Shaman came in, this thing would come in, because everything that I predicted Shaman would have, this thing resisted. Earth Power, Seed Flare, Psychic. If it had what else? Hidden Power Ice, obviously that resists. Dazzling Gleam, everything would not touch it because his special defense is so high. Clear Body Assault Vest, so it would tank special attacks even more. Modest, so it did hit like a truck. Now, unfortunately, this thing went down to pretty much a Vaporeon. But I needed that Vaporeon to go, because if it had Wish Protect, I was in for a lot of trouble. So this thing did go back down to a Vaporeon, which is very unfortunate. I reckon, I'm not going to spoil how the game went, but I could have done a lot better if my Regice survived or had a lot more HP against the Vaporeon. But oh well, that's how the game went. Doesn't really matter. So that's my set. Ice Beam gets a lot of good coverage. Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Ancient Power, and Hidden Power Ground. With all those movesets. Arcanine, now again, bulk. He just had bulk. This thing was just bulk. This thing wasn't made to... This thing was just a Will-O-Wisp, Snarl. But I think I used Snarl once. I think I used Will-O-Wisp once. Morning Sun I used a couple times. Flamethrower I used on the Shaman. I think did it kill the Shaman? It might kill the Shaman, not 100% sure. But again, Bold Nature. Pretty good set. I normally run my my Arcanine's Life Orb with like Extreme Speed, Flare Blitz, or then Wild Charge. But oh well, it doesn't matter. Good set, did quite well. It did get paralyzed throughout the battle, which is really unfortunate. Because if this thing didn't get paralyzed, again, this thing could have put in so much more work. But oh well, doesn't matter. This thing could live earthquakes quite easily, except for what had earthquake? Except for a shaman. I'm pretty sure a shaman earthquake did about 70% max. So again, and shaman is quicker than Arcanine, so I couldn't have Morning Suns. I couldn't have taken 2 earthquakes, which is my team looking at it now is fairly doesn't have any many counters to earthquake. Like yeah, Regice is there, Powdon, but I think Regice actually resists earthquake, so that was a wrong statement. Powdon doesn't resist it. Arcanine, it's super effective against Arcanine, super effective against Lucario. Doesn't affect him. It doesn't affect Otario until it Mega Evolves. But yeah, so we're gonna get onto Garbodor now. Garbodor was just again, you can see there, bulky. This thing died quite early, which was very unfortunate. Got Spikes, Toxic Spikes, Acid Spray, Focus Blast. Now, I did actually versus James with this team a couple times just to get used to it, sort of thing. And what I did do was, since it's got Aftermath and Rocky Helmet, and we versed about 4 times, and there was one game where he had literally 5 HP and was in with Jirachi, I believe. So what I did was I subbed this thing in. Jirachi killed it with, I think, Iron Head of Fire Punch or something. But it took about like 50% because of Rocky Helmet and Aftermath, which was insane. I tried to want to play it like that against AJ, but it didn't really work out. Again, I think Garbodor was the first to get knocked out, and then it was Regice. But yeah, again, I could have played Garbodor a hell of a lot better. You can see there, 252 HP, 252 defense, and 4 in special defense. He was bold again. So this team was just bulk, and more bulk, which was great. Except I didn't play it very well. I made a few mistakes. As you'll see in the replay, I did make a few mistakes, which is really unfortunate. But what can you do? It's my first time. Don't rip into me too much when you see the replay. You can see we do have Lucario now. Now again, Lucario. This wasn't a set that I like to run on Lucario. like Jolly is max attack and max speed is how I like to run my Lucario with all those movesets. Except I didn't like. James suggested this, and I'm sort of like, yeah, that could be very helpful. Was the Focus Sash. I normally run Life Orb. I did run Justified on it, which is good because I don't really like his other 2 abilities. As you don't know, Lucario is my favorite mon. Focus Sash. I normally run Life Orb because it hits it just kills everything. Nothing survives. Justified and then Extreme Speed just to get those just to basically get priority. Extreme Speed just to get priority, pretty much. Now, what the goal is with Lucario was to go in there, tank a hit, but in that turn that you tank a hit, you Swords Dance, and then you just wreck shop. But again, it couldn't really work if he had like a Choice Scarf or something like that. Something that just would outspeed Lucario, which I'm pretty sure AJ's team had quite a few fast mons. I know he had. I'm pretty sure his Shaman was Assault Vest. But it does outspeed Lucario as it is base 100, I believe. So as you can see here, these are all the sets I ran on Lucario. Pretty good Lucario. I love Lucario. An awesome mon. Now, I was originally not going to bring Altaria because he has so many counters to it. As in like Jirachi, Steelix, he had Drapion, Tornadoes, I believe he had, get Sludge Bomb or Sludge Wave, whichever one it gets. He had what else? He probably had a couple more counters. He had the Ice Punch on Medicham if he brought the Medicham, which would have not killed me. I'm pretty sure it would have only done 50% max. And Hidden Power Ice, which normally Manectric. Did he even bring Manectric? I can't remember if he bring Manectric, but Manectric normally carries. Shaman did carry it, but it only did about 20% because look at the bulk. So that's the set I ran. I ran Bold again. Just love running Bold for some reason. I wasn't going to bring him because he did have so many counters, but I ended up bringing him, brought the Hyper Voice, Roost, Cotton Guard, Flamethrower. I didn't set up a Cotton Guard, which I wish I had of. because if I did, I reckon I could have done a lot better, especially against the Jirachi, which would have been big for me. But oh well, what are you gonna do? So this is the team I did run against AJ. It's okay, I guess. It's not the best team, but like I was ranked as like, I'm pretty sure James told me that I was ranked as one of the, like, after we built our teams, my team was ranked one of the lowest, which I could see. I looked at other people's teams; they had some absolute power. Like AJ's team was, like, I would have loved to have AJ's team. AJ's team was bloody raw power, but what can you do? I do like my team. I'm very happy with the draft that I chose, and I hope you guys enjoyed my team builder for the video. And I guess I'll see you guys next time.